It's been called the sport of the future. Its promoters have global ambitions. But can racing drones go from the nerdy underground to global mass market success? The Drone Racing League thinks it can.
It's here in London's iconic Alexandra Palace venue that the Drone Racing League is taking the final race of its 2017 season. It's the first professional drone race to be held in the UK, and audiences can expect to see drones accelerate from 0 to 80 miles per hour in less than a second. It's part of a plan to take drone racing from a niche sport into the mainstream.
The drones are controlled by hand, but pilots use special goggles which stream a live feed from tiny onboard cameras, giving them a cockpit view of the race. Also known as first-person view or FPV, it means courses like this one can be built in large venues, across multiple rooms. It takes quick reactions and a strong stomach.
I've been to world level competitions where there's people from China, from Japan, from Korea, from Russia, UK, Germany. It is another one of those things that just breaks down all cultural and language barriers, because we are here to race against each other. Everybody is here to compete, but we're all fans of each other. We all watch each other's YouTube videos. We're all like, that guy is the guy to beat. You know, it's fun, it's awesome.
Many of the pilots here migrated to the sport from the geeky world of video gaming and go by handles such as Jaws and Jet. The league hopes marketing the pilots and their backstories will increase engagement with fans, who can then choose to support a particular racer.
We use a lot of content in our broadcast. If you watch it, we'll give background pieces on the pilots. We'll go into their history, what got them into drone racing. Obviously, it's not everyone's life who leads them into becoming a pro drone racer, so we find some very compelling stories out there. So we put a lot of effort into educating people. Who are these racers? Why are they doing it? What is their backstory? What is their flying style? And how does that affect them on the field of play? So we're trying to bring all that content in because, you know, we know we're introducing audiences to this sport for the first time.
In its bid to grow into a global sport, the league has raised more than $32 million. And it's attracted sponsors such as Amazon Prime and Swatch. And the main sponsor, Allianz, sees a future where events are hosted in 60,000-seat football stadiums.
We are able to propose to the online viewers the capacity to come in the stadium. It's a question of price, of course, for the tickets and so on. But if we can propose to them to have a global new digital experience within the stadium, it can work, and I'm sure it will work, and we'll invest for that.
Interest in drone racing grew as first-person view videos of the sport were shared online. But can drone racing ever, well, take off as a live spectacle? The FT's San Francisco correspondent Leslie Hook has been to events on the West Coast.
It's very cool to watch it through the cameras that are on the drones and see the perspective of the drone zooming around. You really do feel like you're in a video game. But with the naked eye, you see these very small, very light little craft zipping around, and it's hard to tell who's ahead or how close was that, you know, bend around the pole or whatever. It's just not as fun to watch.
And she may have a point. The races were at times difficult to follow, especially with no live first-person views on the big screens. But the league is working to fix this. In the crowd, people new to the sport like me, mixed with more obvious drone racing enthusiasts who wore their own goggles to tune into the pilot's streams during the race, an experience I found both unnerving and exhilarating.
Luckily, we've got some kit to be able to see a little bit of the FPV feed. It's not the greatest of feeds, but you can, when they leave this arena, we can see what they're doing in the other rooms.
The league's done broadcast deals with ESPN in the US and Sky Sports here in the UK, broadcasting in over 40 countries last year, rising to 75 countries this year. It claims its debut season pulled in 33 million broadcast views globally and 40 million views online. But building a niche sport up from scratch on subscription TV won't be easy.
There's only so many people that can go to live events, so how it relates onto the screen is more important, to be honest, than how it looks live. Most of drone racing so far on Sky has been on the Sky Sports Mix. And if you have a look at the viewing figures, the major events get between 20 and sort of 30,000 viewers, which is quite small. To grow from somewhere which only sort of 9 million households have access to in this country, it would be quite a difficult thing.
This event has attracted around 2,000 people, no mean feat when you consider that drone racing is a niche sport still in its infancy. You have to say that as a spectacle it can be a little bit confusing working out who's leading the race, and the sport faces some of the same challenges that sports like motor racing do. But there are plenty of people here who are convinced this sport has a big future. Daniel Garrahan, Financial Times, London.